We went into the cube at the edge of the sand. The tape breaks at 5 seconds. 2.3 seconds of static where the fall should be, and then dark.
Cool.
I don't remember the landing. She was sitting in the debris when the torch came on. Slow for a beat and then herself.
I can hear something.
Level 107. Splintered Reality. Survival difficulty 4. A gutted tiled room with the ceiling stripped to joists and a window blown to flat white. A sound under everything like a recorder feeding back. I looked for the cube above us. Nothing but stripped joists and open wiring.
What does the record say?
2 entrances. Specific doors on level 106. A well on level 135. We did not use a door. We did not find a well. 2 ways in. This was not one of them.
Then the record is wrong, or we are not where it says.
The next room was burnt black. Ash on the floor. I noticed it. I kept walking. Everything the record described, I was standing in. 72 hours of that sound before it cost you your mind.
3 documents. 3 answers.
Difficulty 4. Then 5. Then unknown.
I cannot trust what I remember. You cannot trust what you see.
The third document says the first 2 describe a false room. The only entity inhabiting the real level 107 is, in all regards, level 107 itself. I did not believe it. Every name in the entity list linked to the wrong page. One marked Mockers was a report about a man who kept a duck in his head until it grew up and came out of him. I turned the page. I counted Halloran's bottles. Blue can also interrupt the wretched cycle in the early stages, and even reverse it if treated quickly enough. Reverse. He said keeps your head clear. Not reverse. And this is the same archive that called a power box a bag of candy. I have held a record before with the wrong man behind his own name.
Under tile traps. That is not what it links to.
Leech outers, and inside the entry an outer stone. By looking through the eye of the outer stone, one can see the true form of certain visual distorting levels, nullifying any and all deception to the eye. The last page was an interview. The man described arriving, a sudden feeling of shock and remembrance. It was almost like seeing my life flash before my eyes. It was so horrible, so beautiful, so... He was asked what entities reside on this level. His organs ruptured. The record kills people who answer. So I stopped asking. Where 2 documents describe the same room and one leaves something out, the gap is a location. The outers live nearly everywhere. Nests are in the rooms nobody wrote up.
You are going in alone.
Ash repels them. The record says any sort of ash works just fine. The burnt room. I walked through it an hour ago.
I will be at the door.
I told her where to wait and she did not like it, and she did it. The room was mid-hatch. I could not look at them. Staring turned the picture kaleidoscopic. I worked off the shimmer at the edge of the frame.
How many?
The stone was at the center. Glassy, still hardening. The page says it only fully sets by the last wave of newborns. I was early. One got onto my forearm and clung. Peeling it off was exactly as bad as the record promised. It did not bite. The crowbar. I had carried it since the 9.2 market. Right, one hard hit. Out with the stone in my fist.
Now.
Those who take the adder stone will be pursued relentlessly. I took it knowing. The first shimmer was in the doorway before I reached the hall. I raised the stone and looked through the hole. The wall was not a wall. The room was a dressing over something else, and where I had been standing there was a way through. The exits had not moved. What changed was that I could see them. The screech stopped. Level wide mid-frame gone.
What did you see?
She was behind me. I could have raised the stone and looked at her through it and known exactly what is left. I lowered it. Some things I don't check.
Cole, behind me.
The first adder came through the doorway. Run.
The burnt room. Go left.
They were behind us and they did not stop. I could not look back without losing the edge of my sight to the distortion. The burnt room. I swept the ash off the floor and put it in a line across the threshold.
They stopped.
The shimmer reached the ash and did not cross it. The line held. We stood there in breath. To exit. Up through the roof to level 68. Through the floor to 108. Exits from the false 107. Level 68. A theater. Once seated, the chairs release a chemical enzyme that melts and resolidifies human tissue. This often goes unnoticed. I can decide not to sit down. I cannot decide not to breathe. We climbed. The shimmer was below us and not stopping. The blue bottle pressed against my chest through the pack. The clause I do not believe says it can reverse what is happening to her.
I can see it. Keep climbing.
I pushed her through and went after her. I am going to find out.